All right, guys, let's go. My opponent won the lag here. We are playing against a team called Friends of Dix. That's D-I-X. Captain of the team is Greg, the gentleman that I'm playing right now. They are out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and full roster, 4 guys. And I seem to remember all of the guys. I'll look it up here if I get a kind of a low point in the match to check it out, but I seem to remember all of them had high Fargos, like 6+. My opponent is a 656, so was a 656 on the day of shooting this, and then I looked him up today, and he went up by a point, so he's 657 right now. But either way, super strong, really, really solid player. And yeah, like I said, I seem to remember the rest of the guys were pretty strong as well. So we are into what they call round 4, but it's our 5th match. So basically that first round is considered round 0 in the way that the CompuSport does the brackets. I'm looking at it here on my other screen. Greg's got a kind of a good opportunity here to open up. He just needs to make sure that he gets good on one of the solids. The 2-ball's a little tight, kind of blocked in there. I don't believe it'll go past the 14. Let me get locked in, commentary mode. But yeah, either way, thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming back. Those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Anthony. This is a Masters level match. And by the way, Masters is a format. It's not necessarily indicative of just a skill level. You don't have to be a certain skill level to be eligible to play in Masters. That being said, if you make it to Vegas with a Masters team, you are likely to be a higher skill level player. So just a little bit of housekeeping, I guess, for those of you who may not be as familiar with the format. I like this decision here to get after the 2-ball right away. These are touchy. Plays it into the upper point, puts me in a tough spot, and my confidence has been very high throughout this tournament. I'm getting really good results. I'm playing well. I'm playing smart. Really, with the exception of that one match, the I don't know what it was, second round, where had some like gastro stuff going on. I've been pretty sharp. So this is a runnable layout. The problem is I'm naturally having to go up table here, and then this situation really needs to be addressed as soon as possible. And then the 8-ball can be a little tough too, so we just have to kind of make a good shot here on the 12, and ideally come across table for the 11, 10, or the 13. 13 takes me back down table to clear up those other shots. Kind of unfortunate to end up so full on the 10-ball that I didn't get above or below anything. So I will probably just have to go after the 13 here. Don't think I can hold this. I think the angle's probably too severe that it's taking me out or even further, maybe towards the 14. Rolling into the 14 wouldn't be the end of the world, especially if I catch the upper side of the 14, stay above the 9, 14, or 15. But I think in this case, take your medicine, just roll through this, and I'm very likely to end up with some kind of shot, even if it's defense. So I kind of played it fuller, stunning into the 15. Didn't even get past the 15, but this works out okay because it shuffled things around a little bit. And now all I really have to solve for is the key ball and getting back down for the 8. So I'm just sort of measuring what my lines are, where the balls naturally want to go. Obviously the 9, 15, 14, they all kind of want to go in that same pocket. But the question is, if the 11 and the 10 are left until last, what's the key ball? It's a decent pattern. This is still a runnable table. Maybe part of the consideration is leaving a ball down here of those 3, and that becomes the key ball. Yeah, interesting. I'm kind of surprised I'm going up table here instead of maybe playing the 9-14 combination. Played that well. I guess the thinking is I'll play the combo on the 15-14. I'll have the 9-ball as the key ball, and that lets me roll into here, play the 8-ball down here. I don't mind this pattern, but I wonder if the 9-14 combination would have made this a little simpler. able to float across here. Underhit this just a little bit, but it's still workable. 15-14 still plays. Ideally, I would have wanted to be a little fuller on the 15 to control that. Play it full into the 14 and shape the 9 at the same time. Now I have to sort of come across the 15. Did okay to hold that. Played it full into the 14. And this is the key shot in lots of ways. Maybe the 9 goes in the side. I could consider drawing off the 9. I might prefer that looking at it now because the window's a little bigger getting above the 9. Straight in on the 9 is fine. Above the 9 is fine. You just don't want to be below it. Playing for the 9 in the side seems like a much smaller window. This might just be a tactical error on my part. Yeah, because it's so easy to over or under hit that. I think the line on the 9 in the side was close to just a line, or the window was close to just a line. Basically had to be perfectly straight in. I think the better play was to get above the 9 here. Now I'm contending with sort of a touchy back cut on the 9. Cue ball wants to go into the short rail. This is playable, this is makeable, but lots of pressure. More missable than it is makeable, I would say. And I do a similar thing where I play it into the point. Greg's got options. The 5 is very playable, and then so I imagine him probably going from the 5 to the 1. That cleans up his cluster. The 1 could put you on the 2. Let's see if he just rolls through this. These can be tough too. He's elevating though, so it looks like he wants to stay below. Interesting choice. I figured he would try to roll through it and get shape on the 1. 2's playable from here. Do you have to thin cut this and then get above the 1 and the 4? Good speed. Oh man. Yeah, maybe just too worried about shape, I guess. And early in the match, he and I are both new to this table, haven't touched it, the lag. So it takes a while to get the speed dialed in. Meanwhile, I'm faced with a pretty tricky position here. You got to bank the 9. I think this is do or die. He's going to end up with some kind of look at something. You just really can't get safe. Question is, what's my speed? I size up this bank, so I'm looking at crossing the 9 back. Cue ball's going to track across this way and get under the 8. You got to let your stroke out a little bit on this one. Probably just a touch of outside to encourage the 9 out. Long bridge here, so I feel pretty comfortable. Hit it sweet. Overhit it, if anything, but we take those. Do not mind that result. This is just a bear down situation. The 8 probably cuts in the side, but I don't like those. It's just too close to something else. And maybe awkward bridging over the 2. We'll take a look. I think I have enough rail to get clean at it. Yeah, confidence is high right now. I'm just striking down at this, and I don't care. Pop that in. That's a strong finish. That's always going to feel good. Oh, break was off by a little bit. I say that because I hit it decently full, but you could see the cue ball hopped off the side and jumped right into the side pocket there. So yeah, that was interesting. He told me not to grab the cue ball. I just, like, as a courtesy, I'm used to putting it back up on the table. But he said something like, don't do that. And he took it and threw it in the pocket so that it went back down. I wonder about, like, rules wise, is that a foul in some formats? Like here, whatever, it's your ball. You can send it back through the table. I don't know, guys. Have you seen that before? Is that like a superstition thing, or is there a rule about, like, not, if you scratch, you have to leave it in the table so that your opponent retrieves it? It seems superstitious to me. I don't have, like, again, just to be clear, I don't have a problem with it or anything, but just an interesting observation. Tough table. 7-15 is weird. He might be able to open it up right now if he plays, maybe the 11 goes past the 13, or he just plays the 13. Yeah, he's powering up. He just wants to shuffle these. Oh, maybe not. He wants to put himself under the 3. Oh boy. He's just got a thin cut on the 12, which, if he makes it, should open up the 15. Oh, he might have to go with a touch of inside. This is weird. This got weird right off the bat. Nice, that's how you hit it. And the 9-15 got weird. Sometimes it feels like the table just doesn't want you to win. But if you manage to win that game, the table will just decide that you're supposed to win. It's a weird... I'm talking about superstition. That thought definitely occurs to me sometimes. Not that I, subscribe to it wholesale or anything. But sometimes it just feels like you're not supposed to win. I think when you fight through that, it makes a difference in the rest of the set. Is he playing short side on the 15? Yeah. He's up. Oh my. He really needed to be on the 15 here. Getting from the 9 to the 10 is tough, though. I mean, this is a really tough run out. Does he play safe? Roll me up, roll through the 9 and then leave the cue ball under the 15? Or does he have a shot? Oh, he had a shot on the 15. Could have been worse. Nice. He should be able to get away from the 9 ball here. He's pretty straight on it. Very straight on it. 14 doesn't bank. Getting the right angle on the 10 to get to the 14 is really tough. If it's even possible. I think you'd have to be like right here. Basically on the 7 to get a good straight in line, because you need to be under the 14, right? You're asking a lot of your cue ball. He's going to rip this back, draw and spin, make something happen. He got up there. But options are limited. This could end up looking like a bank on the 10, send it back towards the 14, maybe even off the 14 if he wants to stay aggressive. Simple safe option would be to just put me under the 4, limit my options. Don't give me a shot. He might be just banking this. No, he wanted to try to send the cue ball away. Still tough. He'll challenge me with a shot. 7 goes, 3 goes. Between the two, I'd rather play the 3 and drop myself on the 2. I have to address this. And there's not really a good ball to put me on the 4. That's what I have to figure out right away. If I'm trying to get out here, I need to get on the 4 early. And maybe I cross from the 7, right? 7 goes in the bottom left. If I'm up here somewhere, I can play short side on the 4. I guess you could pinch off the 7 right now, play short side on the 4. That's ambitious. No, I'm just rolling through it. Wasn't comfortable. Reset. Good one. Rolling through the 7. That surprises me instead of taking the 3. Pretty good touch. I think I was trying to get on the 2 or the 6, but the 3 still puts me there. Yeah, pick your line. How am I? Okay, maybe the 5 to the 4? From here, I know that I can play for the 2 or the 5. Just commit. This one was, by the way, this match was the first. Ooh, banked that one in. I was just really trying to hold that cue ball. This was the first in this match, by the way. Captain threw me first against Greg, and I'll give you a recap of the rest of the match after mine. I'm on the 5. Maybe I'm gonna use the 6. Played that well. Little bit of an angle on the 6. It's tough. It is tough to get there. I'm looking at the other side of the 4. I have to get across table. Oh, I'm trying to get into it. Look at this. I was trying to get into it. Maybe just another tactical error there. I think the right play was to just get short side on the 4. You don't need to bump into those. I have another chance here, honestly. I might be low enough on the 2 that I can stun across. It's touchy. Seems like I really want to move that 14, though. Yeah, play short side, dude. Just play over here. It's pretty straight, so I have to cheat this 2 ball. That's not bad. It just decided to become bad. Got weird. How aggressive am I feeling today? Because this banks. This goes to either corner, but I kind of like where I'm bridging right now. I'm probably just going to hit this with low outside, low right in this case. Come across table, and you should get shape on the 8 in the top left. Yeah, watch this. Pop. Drained it. Good speed. I remember that shot. I remember feeling pretty cool. I took a couple swings at that 4 ball and it just wasn't lining up. So it's like, I gotta make something happen here. I had this exact, almost this exact situation. It's a good out. Almost that exact situation come up in a match. I played in a chip tournament last weekend, and I drained the bank, hit it great, and then I dogged that 8 ball. Very, very similar, if not identical 8 ball shot. I got down on the ball and my brain was just like, what if you miss? That would suck. Like, imagine if you did that cool bank and now you're going to miss this ball. You're going to miss, you're going to miss. And I was like, oh, okay. And I stayed down, didn't stand up, didn't reset, didn't use my skills. And I missed the 8. Because that is what is supposed to happen. We all know that's going to happen. Dry break. Greg's got to grab one. He's got to get one of these games in the 8 ball set. The momentum's really working against him right now. Tough layout. The 5-10. The 13's not in a good spot. These are thinkers. I don't hate the solids in principle. Basically everything goes except, is it the 5 up here? I'd rather take solids if you can claim them. He probably has a shot on the 7. Yeah, the 5's in such a bad spot. Maybe the 3 gets you on it. I'm not seeing it right now. He's got a claim. Probably just shoot the 7. Maybe you shoot the 7 and just play safe. Just claim and try to get ball in hand to address your problem. The 6 cuts from here if he doesn't like the 7 for whatever reason. He's got the 11. You know, if you take stripes, play the 11, break out your 10 ball, and then you're on the 15. But this is a big problem for stripes. The 14 puts you in there. It just seems like there's more problems for the stripes than the solids. Yeah, he's not seeing it. Take something. 10 goes in the side here in case you don't want to break that up. 11 puts you on that. 14 fixes the 13. The 13 might even play off the 7. I don't know, the more time we sit here, the more I'm seeing, but it's one of those other things. Again, you're at the table, it's pressure, you're down 2-0. You got to win one for your guys. Your brain will do weird stuff. He might just fire at this. Oh, he played the 4. Maybe he didn't have the 7 ball. Maybe he didn't have the 7 and it wasn't an easy enough opening shot. That would help to explain it. So he had to fire at basically a table length back cut combination on the 4-7. Played it great. And the shuffle helped him with his 5 ball because now the 4 is in a prime position to break that up. The 2's a little funky because I think it goes past the 9 there, but it obviously won't go past the 12. So he might have to play the 2 next if he can roll around it or stun off the 1. He's going after the 6. Okay. Kind of staying tough. He's got the 3. The 3 could move you into the 10-5 cluster. He might just have to shuffle him again. Yeah. Like a miscue? No, not quite. Sort of threw his body at it, though. He ended up with the 5. That's fortunate for him. But he doesn't have a plan. It's just staying tough. He might have the 5, but then how do you get around it? Do you have to take the 2 ball from here? Or do you just go from the 5 to the 2? Might be able to just sort of throw that in. Oh, he had to kind of play the 4 ball first. This works out because now he's above the 4. He's got a shot on the 4. It can take you to the 2. He's finding it. It's a little funny on the 4 ball here, but this is still workable. Just roll up towards the 8. I think the problem is giving you an angle that you need to get on the 1. Tough. This whole run out is tough. Yeah, a little. Just kind of ease it forward there. He's got the 2 with a good angle, but there's sort of a ball interposing there. The 12 is big. He might be able to stun around it. Yeah. Is there a line? Sort of. Come out and around if you can avoid the 12. Yeah, it doesn't look good. He might need a couple nudges on the way through. Oh, he went above the 12? He went on the other side, didn't he? Couldn't really see it. He went on the other side, so he went this way. Wish I could have seen it. His body was in the way. Almost hooked him. Yeah, big shrug. He almost hooked himself on the 13 here. Should just be able to float across. And there's lots of pockets for the 8. That will do. Put that 8 away. Yeah. Little take and run. Dry break and way to work it out. Let me do it. Let me take one. Interesting. Maybe the 15-13's wired, right? Maybe it goes into the point. 11's a decent opening shot. 9 and the 14 are fine. The 10's a problem. How do we feel about solids here? Pretty good. I remember the situation. I was like, I gotta snag this game. My setup looks okay. I want to claim solids and probably just shape the 7. Setup looks okay. What happened here? Yeah, weird. Not quite fluid on the backswing, like a little snatchy. That's a big miss. That's gonna hurt in the long run here. I needed this game. Not that I needed to like get up and run out necessarily, but like I had to do a little something just for my momentum. Be surprised if I get this back. He should pretty easily be able to claim solids. Either suit appears runnable with the exception of that 10 ball situation. So if he can, yeah, get out and around, probably just get back on the 7 here. Nice. Start clearing up the blockers down there. Play that 2 ball and get around. Created a problem. Probably could have just floated down. Didn't need to run into the 3. It's tough, right? Because you're on the 5, you could break up the 3. Just hard to judge what's going to happen from there. The 5 is a blocker. I don't know that Greg is that kind of player. I think he's just trying to get out most of the time, but he is leaving the 5. Nice shot on the 4. Maybe the 3 banks. He might be flat enough on it that he can, yeah, this is a good play. Or he could play the 5. He could just come off the 3 and play the 5. Those are missable. Don't do it, Greg. Almost. He created a situation for me, that's for sure. This is a very tough run out. And I don't remember if the 15-13 goes. Maybe it's off. I'm looking at it like it's off. Looking at the gap, looking at, you know, whether or not I can throw this in. It's just not there. If it were there, I would have shot it already. The 9 might go past the 7. It's tough. Those are hard to judge. You can't even really play safe. Because you come thin off this ball and you think, okay, maybe I can kind of put them behind these, but you're always going to move that first ball. You're going to do something crazy like jump at the 11 here. It's not a terrible jump. It's easy enough to get over it, but you hate to not make a good hit on something. I might need to just, if the 9 doesn't go, I might have to just try to roll the 9. I'm looking at the safe. I don't think it's there. I might just have to try to roll the 9 in front of the 7 and leave the cue ball up here and just try to block the 7. Otherwise, I'm not getting the table back. Because everything, all of his balls go. Everything's runnable. Don't like to have to do it. But I might just have to create a cluster. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Just roll the 9 into the 7. Which is still tough. That's part of the thinking here is I'm not gonna get ball in hand. So addressing the cluster doesn't really get me anything. Oh, I rolled it into the 7. I don't know about that. I think I just missed it. He's got a very cuttable 7 ball, which I think he has to go after. And then just make sure he comes out. Is he going to run into the 12? Depending on how thick he hits it, he could run into the 12 and come across table or come down. Yeah, that's smart. He went real thin. No way. Oh, tough. He just needed to get across table to get a look at something. It's like the worst possible line. Well, you got to win this game. Address the cluster right away. I remember the situation. 2 things that I saw first were hit the 14 full with a high ball and just rip into them, just roll through them. The other option, and I think this is the better play in retrospect, is to play the 14 off the 13, where it will bust them up. Like these are just going to scatter and spread. 13 is going to like go into the rail and come back out. 15 is going to send the 10 down towards the pocket, hopefully making the 5, nudging the 3 out, something like that. You want to give this a little pace, but you also want to make sure that when the 14 goes, you have a shot. Like leave yourself a good look at something. Yeah. Come on, 10 ball. Bit of a mixed bag. I mean, made the ball, broke up the cluster. The 3-5 are wedged in. I don't think the 10 ball's going through those. I have to get short side on the 10 now, and the 12-15 is funky. If I have the 12, I should just play it now. It's one of those where you don't want to have to shoot it, but you got to get it out of the way. You don't want to have to play that combo. And I need a better angle to get behind the 10. The 10 is the problem here. One of the problems. The 13 could get me into the 10. The 9 could get me there. The 11, I guess, if I'm thin enough on it. I should just be able to come across. Yeah. Pretty much always going to end up with a shot. Those are nice because it's such a thin cut. I just use a bit of a longer bridge on those, and I know that I can let the stroke out. I might just get at the 10 now, right? Am I just going to try to nudge it out, knowing that the 11's hanging? Yeah, I tried to get into it. Tough call between that and the short side. Although I have it here. I know how to hit these. I know how to hit this 15 to where I'm basically cutting it in such a way that the cue ball pops off low outside, and I can get, yeah, basically right where I'm laying my cue. These are so important to know. You got to practice these. I need more time with these two. They're super touchy. It's another one that I had to hit in that chip tournament. Nice. Feels good to open that one up too. You know, they're weirdly easy to underhit. Look at my tempo now. Just like I'm always getting out. Leave a little angle on the 9. Probably high inside here, high right. Roll up off the long rail towards the 8. You can come just one rail at that, but I'm moving pretty good right now. Greg didn't want to see it. It's a good finish. Got really fortunate with the scratch that he offered up. Can I get a little break and run on this one? I remember this rack. This is a good one, guys. Buckle up. 6 solids on the table, 6 stripes, it appears. With choice, I have an opening shot on both. The 7 is a big blocker for the 13, and there's not a good way to get short side on the 13 and 14. If I'm trying to run out here, I'm going after solids. Pretty tough. The 3 ball's obviously one of the biggest problems here, right? It's blocked by the 4 in the side. It goes here, but it's hard to get shape under the 3 ball there. I might just be looking to play the 5 easy, kind of roll through and end up on the 4 or the 2. Yeah, get into it as full as I can. I'm on the 7 now. But the 3 ball's still not nice. I'm not sure if I can get into enough of the 7 to roll out and hold it for the 3. It looks a little too thin from here. There might be that cagey defensive attitude of, you know, I don't want to make the 7 because it's blocking the 13 sort of thing, but it's kind of an artifact in my game at this point where I'm looking at runouts more often than I used to. And because I'm playing more aggressively, I'm not thinking about like, oh, if I miss, or I better leave this one in case something doesn't work out or whatever. That being said, in this case, I'm not sure why I didn't go after the 7. I'm okay on these. I mean, the 3 goes in the side now, but getting on the 7's a little weird. So I could just roll down for the 2 or the 3. I think the better play is to get under the 3. Get over there. Yeah, I hit that pretty good. And from here I could roll forwards to get on the 7 to the 2, and then as long as I'm good on the 2, you roll up for the 8. I might be a little bit under the 3 to where I have to follow it up. Or am I so severe that I'm coming off of it in kind of a straight line and I have to go down? Yeah, I'm looking at my line on the 7. It's weird. Gotta play the 3 here though, right? This would be a nice little break and run though. Close out the 8 ball set. Just like keep this guy off the table because if he gets things going, it's gonna hurt. It's like all those guys out there. I mean, they're all 600, 650s and better. I don't like it for some reason. Maybe I have to come across. Maybe I don't want to roll through this. Yeah, I was just thinking that. So come across here and get on the 2. Way less prep time on that one, which could hurt me, but I hit that pretty good. I think I'm still under the 2 though. I really needed to be sort of straight on the 2, right? To get across table and end up in here. But then again, maybe you end up thin enough on the 7 that you can go at it with high inside and shape the 8 down here. Otherwise, you're going to roll through and you're across the shot line of the 7, which means that I'll have to come out and around or roll into something. Okay, I was able to get at it full enough. This one's weird. A lot of weird stuff. I keep using the word for this set. I think I have to spin off this though. I think I have to go low outside and curve around it. I must not be able to get thin enough into the 7 ball with inside. If I could really overcut this, come into the rail with inside off the 13, that would be probably the safest play to guarantee yourself shape on the 8. Those are really hard to judge. I must be looking at spinning around, getting all the way out and around table, short side on the 8. Leave myself up here. A lot of traffic. Yeah, I don't like it. If I nudge into, I just see when I'm going to run into something. But if I run into something, maybe there's a way to keep myself down table. That must be the resolution here, because I just committed to something. Yeah, spin. Got into the 11. The 11 kept me down table, but how did it finish? Weird. There it is again. Okay. Yeah, you gotta come look at this one. Watch this safe though, guys. It doesn't go, you can't really shoot at it. Tangent line might be there, but you just don't want to have to strike into the 8 from this distance and turn the cue ball loose, giving the 8 enough juice to get there. So I go safe. These are so touchy. But I basically graze off the 8 and then put the cue ball on the rail. Boink. Nasty. Just a nasty, nasty guy. And he doesn't have a look at anything. Like, he is pinned behind the 8. The best he can do is get here and kick into the rail and basically just hope that he hits the 10 or the 15. Watch how this finishes. Oh, he's got a lot more room than I thought, actually. He just needs to roll me down table. How? Get out of here. Unreal, right? To roll all that way, and not only does it not hit anything, but it goes into the jaws and then doesn't scratch. That could have finished real bad though, right? If it had grazed the 10, even just slightly, and kept me in the pocket, I would have been fully hooked. Here we go. Some momentum still in my favor. 4-1 breaking and 9-ball, and you get a juicy little 4-9 combination. Just go for it. We're here to win. And I am feeling it. Take those. Like I said, though, do not let up. Don't scratch on the brake. Okay. You just don't want to relax. Like, okay, big deal, you're up 5-1. Game's not over. Do not let this guy get some steam going. Interesting situation here. Might be tempted to play the 1. I don't know if you can get through it enough to play it off the 4. Do I just play safe here? Oh, I had a line on it. Oh, it almost went off the 8. That would have been a cool little continuation. Nice to keep the run going. But table says nope. Can't have that one. One's pretty deep. These can be tough to get on the next ball. A lot of you guys will just sort of draw this ball, like hit full into the 1 and just draw straight out. These are worth practicing too, the hangers, to where you can practice how thin you hit the ball with some spin off the left or the right side. Yeah, he went pretty full into it, but off the right side. Finished pretty nice. I've been experimenting more with hitting thin on either side with some spin to create that movement. And just don't overwork your cue ball. He's in good shape here. Just got to get nice on the 7. Always on the wrong side of the 5. Should be able to manage this though. Yeah, Greg's going to get comfortable here in the 9-ball set. Interesting. Low inside, right? Low right. He gets pretty straight on the 7. Pinch this back for the 8. Low right again, spin out and around. Good speed. He's gonna settle. Not that he was, like tilted or anything before, but just like a tough 8-ball set for him. Oh. Oh boy. Okay. A bankable 1 ball. Is the 2-9 on? It might be. You'd have to be right where the 8 is. Does he just play safe from here? Must be waiting for the other table. Interesting spot, because the bank is playable and you can definitely get shape on the 2. Yeah, he wanted it. Maybe too worried about the shape. Tough spot. Could split it. This way. Send the 1 ball to the other rail. You really want to leave the 1 in here and leave the cue ball in here somewhere. Even if you don't block them with the 6, just split them. Just send it across to the other long rail. The other option, I guess, is to come thin off it this way. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that either. There's a lot of blockers down there. I still look pretty composed. I just had that killer attitude. Oh, I leaked out the 1. Guess I'm playing the cue ball more. That's good speed. I must have decided to go this way because I was originally sort of lining it up here. Not that it matters that much, I guess. You always know that you're playing into a bunch of blockers. But yeah, I just had this sort of killer instinct where I just came in feeling like I'm going to win no matter what. Kind of 2-rail, 3-rail kick at this. Yeah. I got to practice those guys. I don't know those lines. Lines up the 1 ball for me. I remember the situation. Honestly, just making the 1 and rolling forward gives you a look at the 2. That's the simplest way to get on it. Just play it that way, dude. Don't do something dumb. I end up doing something dumb. Spoiler alert. I try to get cute on the 1, which like you really can't do from here. I try to sort of hammer it out and across. And the 2-9's never great, but it's always better to have a look at that. So just make the 1 and leave yourself in here. A little bit off the rail would be nice. And just send it at the 2-9. In playing the 2-9, you could treat it like a 2-way, right? Send the cue ball back around. But I try to get way too much out of this cue ball. Which I do. But, way more than you need. And that's what happens. Hit it too good. Yeah, I don't remember liking the jump here. It's very kickable. Part of the reason I kick at it is because I know that it's going to break up the 2-3 and send those away from an easy early combo. Still kind of a tough situation to be in. You got to kick at this. Just figure out, can you make something happen, or are you trying to roll the cue ball safe? If you go thin enough off the 1 side of the 2, yeah, you just got to make that decision. If you come off this side of the 2 and keep it thin, maybe the cue ball comes back up table. The 3 sort of stops the 2 ball. I did, but at pace. Just trying to make something happen, I guess, not trying to get safe. not a bad decision, but it's, you know, there's a chance that it's going to get funky on you. And he is faced with a funky situation. Combo's not great. He's looking at it, though. He's looking at the 2-7 combo. I'd be inclined to try to get safe from here. I think it's all tough, though. You can go thin off this side of the 2. Send the cue ball down table and try to leave the 2 behind the 7. Or the other way around. Send the cue ball down here. If he fires at the combination, the 2 ball is going to go off this side of the 7, maybe graze the 8. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he might just shuffle these again, just go after the combination and take what he gets. It's risky. Okay, so it looks like the 2 is going to get through. It's not going to run the 8. But it might run into the 9. Seems like that's what he's gesturing. Have a little think about it. Blast him. It did hit the 8. How did we finish, Greg? Certainly got to look at the 2. If he has enough of the ball, he could play a safe. He could bank the 2 back up table. If he's got the full ball, he can make it and shape the 3. And then the 8-9 is on. There's really no problems from there. He might just have ended up with a shot. Striking down on it. Yeah, he wanted to. That's a good play. Nice. I'm close to the 8, but it should still be jumpable. Could dart jump this. I remember my jumps weren't on, though. Just need to put more time into them. I don't know what happened with that, guys. I used to hit the jump really good and then just wasn't putting the time in. Yeah, I'm going to jump at this. Might not even need to dart. Might not have enough room. And I'm on the rail. But yeah, I remember I just wasn't... Like, my angle was wrong. Wasn't elevated enough. Or I was hitting the cue ball in the wrong spot or something. Just the wheels fully came off of my jump shot. My mechanics still look fine from here, but I just wasn't striking it right. Little adjustment there. Oh, I got over it fine. I actually hit that okay. Yeah, he's got a really good opportunity to snag this game. It's like they talk about the, going from it, instead of it being 6-2, it's now going to be 5-3. Those differences feel huge. He's fine to get out. I mean, there's no problems here. You should just draw back for the 4 on the left-hand side. 6 goes in the bottom left corner. You naturally get shape on the 8-9. Yeah, he's always out from here. Oh, he had to go around it. Still totally fine. No problems with that. It's getting him in stroke too, you can see it. Finding his tempo a little bit. He played a good safe and I missed. Awesome. Good break. Look at this 9 ball. No. Oh, but he doesn't have a look at the 2. How many of you are kicking at this ball? Shoot a push and knock in the 9? Yeah. Or he just leaves me up here. Is he gonna dare me to do it? Oh, he just kind of fired at everything? I remember the situation too. So it was a push. I'm always going to take it from here. Going off the 2 into the 9 is not easy from here, by the way. It looks like it'll go, but the 9 is a little bit above the point, and so the cut angle is from up here to make the 9. That being said, I have a great opportunity to play a safe to where I get ball in hand and run out, or I just line up a 2-9, easy 2-9 combination. All I have to do is play off the 2 and hide the cue ball under the 5 ball. This is very playable for me. I mishit this one. I hit it too full. I had the right spin. I had close to the right speed, but I just hit the 2 ball really full in the face. Played it bad. Just hit it bad. The thought process was there. You know, I committed to the decision. I don't know, lined up wrong or picked the wrong spot on the 2. Something was off there, and I just hand it right back to him. No easy combos on the 9 here, but if he makes the 2 in the side, he should get a good look at the 3. Oh, nice. He went after it in the corner. It's a good shot. I like that better than the side, actually, because then you're not rolling into the 6 and the 8. Don't shuffle them unless you have to. A little pokey on that one, but it worked out. Yeah. Well played. Just kind of float down. It's good. Just stun across. He could get over for the 8 in the left side, or he could just play the 8 in the same pocket. Pinch back. Yeah. Getting ready to be 5-4. Yeah, and I walk up. Made a bunch. I need a game. I need to win the game. He is burning up this 9-ball set. Makes 3 balls in the break. Pretty severe back cut on the 1 if it's even cuttable on the bottom left. But if you do manage to cut this, doesn't it send you down into the 3-8? I could see it either way. I could see him attacking here or just sort of split the 1, send it back here, leave it at the top of the... Yeah, it's a good play. And he kind of gets into... Nope, not quite. It's a good play. Those shots are important to practice too. Sort of split safety, right? Where you send 1 ball here, 1 ball here. Or 1 here, 1 there. I might have an edge on the 1. I don't think it's gonna scratch. Might be able to just go thin off the backside of the 1 there, make sure that I make a good hit, and then it's sending the 1 under the 5. Cue ball comes out and around, similar positions. I think there I'm looking at how it comes off the second rail. Oh, I'm kicking at it. I'm doing a 2-rail kick. I might not have enough of the 1, or I don't like the way it's going to come off. I might go at this with some pace in case since it's like threatens a pocket. Yeah, I did. Ooh, cue ball got a little risky. Tough call. I think I don't hate the decision to go at that with pace. Maybe it's just unlikely that something good's gonna happen, I guess, right? Like it sort of went towards a pocket, but does he have anything for the 7? Or does he have to just accept a safe once he gets there? Ooh. It's funny, on that 1 ball, I might have tried to stun across and get tidy on the 3. Where are we going? It's a good effort. Yeah. Here's an opportunity, though. I'm like running up to the table. I'm ready to play. Opened up the 7-9. I'm good on the 3. Basically just get a nice angle from the 5 to the 7 and I should be fine here. Yeah, good mechanics. Stay down, stay still. Pick my line on the 7. Getting back down there is good. You're going to end up with an angle on the 7 to get towards the 8. You don't want to be over here, right? But get yourself anywhere in here even, and you've got room. I might have to just draw across. I'm pretty flat on it. A little spin to encourage it down there. This looks good. Natural angle looks fine. You'd probably just play this with a center ball. If you mess with inside here, it's going to keep you in the center of the table and you'll have too much angle on the 8. I'm messing with inside. Not sure why. Yeah, do you see how it took off the rail? I don't know why I did that. That is not the right choice, everybody. That's center ball. Because straight in on the 8 is great. It puts you right on the 9. There's no reason to challenge yourself with this big shot on the 8. And the speed control's touchy here. I'm going to clutch up, though. Get tough on the 9. It's cuttable. I've gotten nicer at these two with some practice. Very thin back cut with spin. Yeah, just ease that in. I ended up almost overcutting it. Yikes. I'm on the hill. Let me run one out. Give me a look at the 1 ball. Let me play the game. I don't think I have it. The 3-9 is looking real sweet. Can't have it. I remember the situation. Misjudged this one as well. I felt like I could play full into the 1, stop the cue ball here, bank the 1 like this. Yeah, do you see what I'm guessing it's going to do? And I'm just completely off. I end up like cross corner banking it because I was able to get into it so full. Almost hit it like a Z shot back to the bottom left. Yeah, I don't know how to hit that one. Gaps in my knowledge. Not a great offensive option here. He could split it. He could send the cue ball around. Does he have a way to hide the 1? Send the 1 ball down towards the 9? Well, he got the safe. Don't know if that's what he was intending. Seems unlikely. This is a very hittable ball. The 1 rail's fine. The 2 rail's a little tough, right? Because if you're coming from down here at the 1, the cue ball's gonna want to go off this way. Sorry about all the artifacting here. Like I said in the previous video, I pulled these from the vertical live, and the stream quality was not always the best. But I believe you guys can figure out which ball is which. This is a very hittable ball. I think the one rail kick is the play. Get into this pretty full. You don't need pace here. Too hard. Don't scratch. Ugh. Okay, could be worse. This last game, it's just not happening for me. I'm gonna need a roll. Because Greg is... she's catching up. If he has an edge on the 1, you just need to make a good hit. If he doesn't, would you consider jumping here? Jump at the 1, send it at the 9? When you're down 4-6, you just don't want to sell out an easy combo. He's playing really smart. Like, he's making really great decisions about when to go safe. And then he's getting out when he's given an out. Maybe he's waiting on the next table. It looks like he's got an edge on the 1 ball here. Oh boy, it's a long time. Let's see what he does. Yeah, it was thin. He might have just been going after the 9. Okay, I can make something happen here. I need to play a good safe. Don't really see a reason to attack this 1 ball, although the bank is on. I will say, if I'm feeling aggro, I could go after the 1 and the cue ball comes out. Should get some kind of look at the 2. I feel like I'm probably just going to try to hide the 1 ball, though. Try to... oh, did it come off the 2 and give him a look? That was the intention, 100%, was to put the 1 ball in here, and knowing that I'm sending the cue ball up table, it should get blocked. But he got an edge on it. Oh, got through him. Good hit. I might have a kick. Should have a kick. Shoot between the 5 and the 6. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like I will. Even the 1 rail kick, if I have to go into the short rail and then right into the 1 ball, you're still gonna make a good hit. Gotta judge this. Looks like I have a clean line. Probably with pace. Yeah, pretty full on the 1. Shuffle things. Hopefully something happens here. But nope. And if the 8 is truly hanging, if it's not on the knuckle, he should be able to set that up. Or play the 8 and roll the 1 towards the top left. Yeah, the combo was on. Good call. Let's see. Does he want to roll around the 2 and play it in the same side as the 1? I like that. Stay above the 2. It's going to lead you towards the 3. Yeah. Yeah, a little much, but he's still okay. He'll still be above the 3. He knew he overhit it as soon as it left. High inside here to keep it down table, or do you just accept some distance on the 3 and ensure you make the 2? Yeah, he wanted to spin it a little bit. It's a nice touch. And he either stays below the 6 to get on the 7, or he lines up the 6-9 combination. Either way, Greg's supposed to get out here. Okay. Pretty straight on the 5, but should still be fine. Maybe a little higher on the 6 than he would have wanted to be, but he should be able to just get around it, right? Yeah, spin around the 6, 3 rails for the 7. Oh, he could. Oh, nice. Yeah, he was full enough on it. He's good, guys. He's gonna try to catch me here. Yeah, good confidence stroke there. Gonna punch across. I'm just giving him the point. I know he makes it. Look at this. Kick, kick, kick. Cue ball got kicked around a lot. I was licking my chops. I felt like something was going to happen. He is catching up. He's kept me on the hill for a while. I was able to snag one of those games, but it's not thanks to my safety game. Safety game is not availing me in this one. He's looking at playing the 8. This is ambitious. Or maybe it's a 2-way. Maybe he just, play for the 1. Make sure you make the 1. Probably better off just guaranteeing you make the 1. Might end up on the left side of the 8, a little thinner. That's probably the play. Okay, fuller on the 1. Shuffle him up. He's got to look at the 2. 4's playable. Maybe hard to get back on it. Yeah, this is nice. He's just going to kind of ease the 2 in. He should come off the long rail and back out. Nice play. He's shaping up, guys. It's getting a little scary. This is his tempo, too. Let's connect the dots from here. As long as he gets comfortable on this 4 ball. 6 bottom left, 7 left side, 8 top left. There's just no problems here. Just get smooth through the 4 ball here. It's always going to take you up to the 6 unless you hit it with outside for some reason. Oh boy. A little overzealous there, but this is still going to be fine. It was especially cool though, because I remember sitting there watching him run out and just thinking like, I'm just waiting for my chance. Once I get a good chance, I will win this game. And that attitude persisted and it paid off. It really was working out for me. There's nothing you can do about this, right? Like, he's just playing great. But when you get to the table, you have to capitalize. You have to make the most of those opportunities. And I believe that if I had been presented with this rack, I could have done the same thing. and there's always going to be a back and forth. So just take the opportunities when they present themselves. Very nice break and run there. It is hill. Break, kick off the 9. Look at this unbelievably goofy kick that he got. He was down table. He hit him really good. The cue ball basically cut off, came off the side rail, got kicked off the 9, the full length of the table, down into the bottom left corner. Ball in hand with a 2-9 combination. This is not how I would like to win these matches, to be perfectly clear. I'll take them. I'm here to win. I'm here to play my game and win for my team and all that, but that is unfortunately 9-ball. So thanks for watching, guys. This ended up being our last match. So I won all of mine. Congrats for me. Yay. Felt great about how I played, got the payoff, worked really hard this last year, and so it felt amazing to go out and go undefeated. I won all my matches. My guys went up, the two other strong players on the team. The captain's strong, by the way, just like to be clear, everybody's strong. But his son and then the other guy, James, went up, and they were playing their hearts out. Second match was against a 669, and the third match was against a 657, and they both lost, unfortunately. So I had my win. We needed one more, and we just couldn't get through. They played good. It was, kind of like typical pool stuff, a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of decision making, some like mechanics and stuff. But yeah, no complaints. Good team. We finished strong. Took second place in the normal season, and then we did really well in Vegas, and so no complaints there. We finished off in 33rd place. We did get into the money. It's a good finish. It's not my deepest finish in Vegas, but I'm very happy with how things went, and I'm looking forward to the continuation. I have gotten myself on another Masters team, so I'm really excited about that and appreciate the opportunity. If any of you watch, thank you. And there will be more content on the way, so stay tuned. You'll be seeing me again soon.